Good morning, Tehmina Khan is here. In TKMaths is fun. In today's video, we will study factorization of algebraic fraction. This is video number 2. So basically, I have made 3 videos to cover the concept of algebraic fraction. Video 1 is talking about expansion of algebraic expression. In video 2, this one, we will study factorization of algebraic expression. And in video number 3, we will learn simplification of algebraic fraction. And the link of 2 videos, number 1 and number 3, will be given in the description below. So for the complete understanding of algebraic fraction, you need to see all 3 videos. So let's begin with the concept. Factorize completely. So when the question is given, I have taken different forms of algebraic expression, that how to factorize them. So this is the first form. So 27d square minus 48d. You have to see what are the common numbers or common letters in it, right? So you need to have a strong understanding of tables. So if you see here 27 and 48, do you see anything common? Or in d square and d? So common is 3d, because 3 times 9 is 27 and 3 times 16 is 48. So from 48 and 27, I'm taking 3 common out. And from d square and d, of course, d is common, because then one d will be left here. And here, only 16. So if you multiply this by this, like we have seen in the previous video, you will get back this expression. So this is the complete factorization of it. Whereas if the same question, right, same question, this one, is given in this form. Now see the difference. Now the common between 27 and 48 will remain 3. And in d cube and d will remain d. So what it will be? It will be 3d. Now 3 9s are 27. And out of d cube, 1d common is out of the bracket. So remaining is d square. And from here, 16, because 3 16s are 48. And this d is already outside the bracket, so nothing is here. You see, we stopped here because there was no possibility to factorize it more. But here there is a possibility. Students usually stop here. So what you need to recall here, this concept, this algebraic identities, which we have discussed in the previous video. This inside the bracket thing, does it look like a square minus b square to you? Actually it is, but you need to change a form a bit and it will take this shape. And then we will be able to factorize it. So let's see. Now see, 9 is actually 3 square and 16 is actually 4 square, right? So if I write this within the bracket, it is 3d square, because if you apply a square on it, it will be 3 3s are 9 and d square. I will get this term back. And 16 is actually 4 square. Now this red thing, this bracket looks like this. So I can say this is my a square, this is my b square, a square minus b square, just like this. So what it will become? It will become 3d plus 4, 3d minus 4. So when question says factorize completely, if you will stop here, definitely you will lose marks. This is not wrong, it is right, halfway right. So you have to factorize it more. So there are questions, there are expressions which are factorized double or triple time. So first time I factorized here, and then I could factorize it further. So you need to be very careful. Now look at this expression. What do you see common? Among the letters, nothing is common, but yes, in numbers there is. If I take 3 common out, 3 times 25 is 75. Now, does this remind you again what I have just discussed, this thing? A square minus b square. Think what this term will become. This is a perfect square of 5 square. So I can rewrite this term as 5y whole square, because when I will apply bracket, it will become 5 square is 25, y square is y square. And this is x square. I'm just writing it like this to make you see looks like this. So this is my a square, this is my b square, right? So it will become a plus b, a minus b. So x minus 5y, x plus 5y. You can write plus term first and minus term second, or other way around, doesn't matter, right? Okay. Next, now there are three terms. So far we have done the expression where there were two terms. Now there are three terms. Whenever there are three terms and you see this square, it is also reminding you of quadratic expression. The first thing, the basic thing is, very basic is, you see what is common among three. So there is nothing common among three, number one way. Number two, then you have to see if you can break up this middle term and always arrange it in this form: a square, a power 1, a term without a, right? This is the order we will follow. So we have to divide this middle term into two parts. And some people remember it by the name breaking of middle term. So the technique is you multiply this constant by the coefficient of a square. Now coefficient is the number which is written with this letter. The coefficient of a square is 7. The coefficient of a power 1 is -9, right? So this language you should understand. So now to divide this term into two parts, I will multiply 7 by 10. I'm telling you the technique now. 7 10s are 70. So what are the factors of 70? You have to see. Okay. 10 7s are 70. I multiplied this 10 by the 7. And now I will see what are the factors of 70. Suppose I don't remember all the factors. So I can apply this prime factorization technique. Okay, this will give me all the factors here. I hope you know this because you need to know this. So now 2, 5, and 7. With the help of these three numbers, you have to make all the factors. So for example, I did 2 7s are 14. 14 multiplied by 5 will give me 70. Then I did 2 multiplied by 5. 2 5s are 10. 10 multiplied by 7 is 70. Then I did 7 multiplied by 5. 7 5s are 35. 7 5s are 35. Multiply by 2. So these are the three forms of getting 70 I have gotten here. And of course, one is 70 multiplied by 70 itself. Okay, right? But I have to see out of these four factors, the pairs of the factors, which one will give me -9? Either addition or subtraction. So plus 14 plus 5, minus 14 minus 5, yes, I do get 19. With 10 and 7, I can get 17 or 3. If I subtract, I get 3. If I add, I will get 17. So this is the factor which can help me to get -9. Now I have to be careful about sign only, because I want what? I want -9. So what will give you -9? Do you have any idea? Yes, minus 14 plus 5. So the remaining terms I'm writing as it is. Okay. And instead of -9a, I'm writing -14a plus 5a. Now children mostly make mistake in this sign. They don't care. Sometimes by mistake they write here plus and they write here minus, right? If you write here plus and write here minus, then plus 14 and minus 5 will give you +9. You don't want +9. You want -9. So that's why be very careful about sign. Okay. Now, after that, I will see what is common in this term. Now, this expression has four terms. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let me erase that minus thing. It may confuse it. So let me erase it. Okay. Now, out of these four terms, now I have to see what is common. Okay. So first of all, between these two terms, I will see what is common. If I see it is 7 and a common. Why? Because 7 2s are 14 and a is common. So these two terms, forget about this right now. So from this term, a is left, minus, and 7 2s are 14. Just like the way we have done in the previous example. Similarly, here the common is 5, a, and 2. Now these terms, this one and this one, the green color, should be same. If they are not same, the sign is different. It means you are making some mistake. So be careful. And you see, I'm not just copying down sign, I'm multiplying. Plus multiply by minus is minus. So now in my factorization, these in this one and in this one, the common is a minus 2. And what is left from here? 7a plus 5. sometimes children forget to write down this sign. So be very careful about it, right? Now, again, the same type of question. So we will do it very quickly. This is just for the drill. Now, if you have understood this, I would say put the video on pause and try it out yourself and then see the solution which I'm explaining to you. So otherwise I'm explaining. 6 9s is what? Okay, so what I have done here, first of all, I have simplified. In all three terms, like I said, the common thing is, if you can take common out, it is easy. If otherwise, you could do 6 9s 54 and find out its factor. It will be little, I mean, working with bigger number, but not wrong, right? But what I have done here, I have taken 3 common out from here. So I got the expression 3x squared minus 5x minus 2. Because 3 3s are 9, 3 5s are 15, 3 2s are 6. Now I will just need to factorize this term, right? So 2 multiplied by 3 is 6. So I will see the factors of 6. 3 into 2, 6 into 1. I have to see what will give me minus 5. Now 3 and 2 also give me minus 5 because minus 3 minus 2 is minus 5. And minus 6 plus 1 will also give me minus 5. So here the chances of mistake happen. And a student do make mistakes. So let's see what. Now, for example, somebody has picked up this, okay? So instead of minus 5, the person will write minus 3 and minus 2x. So it will become minus 5x. If you add minus 3 and minus 2, you will get minus 5. So now after that, if you factorize it, the common thing from here is 3x. And I'm not going into detail because we have just done in the last 3 expressions how to factorize 2 terms. So I am left with x minus 1 because 3x is out. And from here, this minus is copying down as it is. Now the common here is 2. I took it out. What is left is x. Minus multiplied by minus is plus. Okay. Now if you look at this term and this term, sign is different. It means something is wrong. What we have done is absolutely right. But this is not right. We can't factorize it. So it means this was not the right choice of factors. You should rather do minus 6 plus 1, right? So after this step, you should have taken the breakup of this middle term like this. Minus 6x plus x, okay? Let me use this color here to make it different so that at a glance you can see here, right? So I am now using minus 6 and plus 1 to make it minus 5. Now, if you factorize it, from here, if you take common out, in this term, common is 3x, which I have taken out. What is left from here is x minus, and 3 2s are 6. If you see here, nothing common. When nothing is common, we write 1 here. Okay. And this plus sign is coming as it is. Plus multiply by minus is minus. You multiply these two signs to see what will come here. And x minus 2. So now, if you see, this is same. So x minus 2 is my one factor and 3x plus 1 is my other factor, right? So now I got this factorization of this expression. So you need to be careful. That's why I picked it up, that where students make mistake. In this one, exactly same thing, but first of all, you have to set the order. Like I told you, the square term should come first, and then 1 power, and then constant number, you know, the term which has no k. No k means k power 0. So first of all, you will rearrange it. Like write this first, this second, this third. After that, you need to make this plus. Now, it is not compulsory, it is not necessary, but yes, the chances of making errors are reduced if you make the first term plus. So I will take minus sign common out. Okay, minus common out, and otherwise throughout the common is 2 because this is a multiple of 2, 14 is a multiple of 2, 30 is a multiple of 2. So now we will do breakup of this middle term exactly the way we have done in the previous example. 15 to the 30, I can show you very quickly here. So these are the numbers, pairs, which can give me 7. So if I see what can give me 7 here, 6, 5, no. 15, 2, no, because 15 and 2 can give you either 13 or 17. Yes, this can give you. Minus 10 plus 3 will give you minus 7. So you will break it up like this. And then after that, you will factorize these two terms and these two terms, just the way I have explained to you. So I'm not going into details now, right? So I'm taking 2k common out, k minus 5, because 2 5s are 10. From here, 3 is common out. So k plus minus is minus, 3 5s are 15. Now you see these are same. So it's perfectly fine. So this is how you factorize it. Now if you want to stop here, you can, but it's better that you multiply this minus sign with this. Now if you remember, let me help you recalling here a basic concept. Let me erase this. I need a space. Okay, so if you see here, if we have a minus b and we take minus common out, it will become b minus a, right? So similarly, if I multiply this minus with this, it will become minus k, and this minus will become plus 5. So the signs will flip. Can you notice? And do not make a mistake of multiplying this minus sign by these also. Because when we multiply things, right? For example, I have a question like this. I do not multiply a by b and a by c, right? What do? You multiply a by b, whatever the answer comes, you multiply by c. Or you multiply a by c, whatever the answer comes, you multiply by b. So similarly, this minus will multiply by this, fine. And if you need to multiply now, then this term will multiply by this term. Okay, so this minus will not multiply by both of them. Now, only two expressions are left. So in this expression, the different thing is that there are 4 terms. So when there are 4 terms, you make a pair, right? So here, this one and this one. Now, in these type of question, what you need to be careful is about, at times you need to change the places of the term. Otherwise, you cannot take common factor out. So now if you see the common here is 2, because this is a multiple of 2, and a. So I can take common 2a out from here. From here, I can take common 3 and b. b is common and 3 is common because 3 2s are 6. 6 is a multiple. So now after taking common out, I am left with x minus 2y. And when I took 3 out and b as a common factor out, I'm left with x plus multiplied by minus is minus and y. Now these two are same. So exactly what we were doing earlier, right? Now the last expression is this one. If you see here, just one more practice, right? What do you see common here? B, and these two comes in the multiple of 2. So I can take 2 common out. Similarly, these two come in the multiple of 5, and D is common. So I will take common terms out, 2b. So 2 4s are 8. Similarly, from here, 2 3s are 6, and c. So you see, same logic I'm applying here, and this will give me this thing. Okay, now one thing is here. If you see here, this is 4a minus 3c, and this is 3c minus 4a. So I cannot take common factor as such out. I need to change the places. So this should become 4a minus 3c, or this should become 3c minus 4a. So they should be same. So now you need to recall here, if you have a plus d, you can write as d plus a. But if you have a minus d and you want to change the places, d minus a, right? A minus d, d minus a. Then you take minus sign out. Reason is minus plus is minus. So if you open it, minus plus is minus d, minus multiplied by minus is plus a. So can you see this is plus a, minus d, plus a. You get it? So if you just want to switch the letters and you don't want to change the sign like this, then you have to put outside the bracket minus sign. So in this case, if I switch the places and I write 4a minus 3c, then I have to put minus sign outside. Now this minus cannot come in between here. It will multiply by this minus basically. Okay. So that's why this sign will change. Because when you flip the places, minus coming out of the bracket, it will multiply by this and it will become minus sign. Now these two are exactly same. And you got your expression here. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you learned something from it, I hope it helped you. So press like and subscribe button and share it with your friends. Take care. Allah Hafiz.